go get them again.
Welcome back to another unboxing first impression video on my channel. Today we are delving into the brand of Roja Parfums, and this one's simply called Oud. Now, I've never smelt this fragrance. However, it is one of my favorite lines of the brand, honestly. Amber Oud, as you can see, this is my collection. Very small, very tiny, right? For a guy like that has a collection like mine, this is a brand that just never spoke to me. Amber Oud is my baby right here. And then Creation E. This one's going to get decanted shortly. So it's still full, but this is Musk Oud. And I did a video on that just recently, and I did the impossible. I gave out flowers to Roja Dove. Roger Bird, good job, buddy. Whoever your ghost perfumier is, they did a great job on this one. So Oud came in with this one, both to be, of course, decanted for the website. So it's not my personal collection, but I'm looking forward to it. Now, now, before we get into anything, if you haven't subscribed yet, you're new here, welcome to the Robezoid channel. I'm the host, Mark. And yeah, if you haven't hit subscribe because Roja Dove is known for giving out free bottles to a lot. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. 95% of the content on Roger Bird's branding is fake. You know, you got guys that can hardly afford Chanel that has a collection of 20 Roger Bird fragrances. It makes zero sense to me. And they're saying, oh, I am going to be, you know, I'll give you a frank fragrance review. I will be honest. You can't be honest. If you can't afford a Chanel and you're getting free Roja Doves, and I mean back to back to back, I'm sorry, you're paid marketer. And that's it, right? So that's a great thing to subscribe to me. Why? Because I'm decanting this. I'm not getting paid. As you can see here, it's empty. A whole lot of empty, which is fine. Because the brand itself, what I've tested, like, yes, there's a couple that I would like, but I can afford them. I just buy them. So let's get into Oud. Now let's take a look at the note breakdown first. Now in the top we got lemon verbena, we got bergamot and lemon. So very much where this one went was there was a lot of citruses up top, but I really didn't feel them. The darker notes just engulfed my nose, honestly. In the mid we got May Rose, we got geranium, ylang ylang, and jasmine. So whole bunch of florals in the mid, and then in the back we got a huge base note line up here, so I'm just clearing my throat because there's tons. Oud, ambre gris, leather, saffron, musk, rhubarb. Rhubarb, what are you doing there? You should be in the top notes. Sandalwood, cashmere wood, patchouli, nutmeg, cinnamon, cedar, and vanilla. Whew. That is a huge note breakdown. Again, take it from Fragrantica, which take it with a grain of salt. Fragrantica, there are no breakdowns 50-50. You might be right, it might be wrong. That's your luck, 50-50. It's not 80-20, it's 50-50. Released in 2010. I believe this is where the Oud lineup started, because I think the musk was 2013 and this one was in the middle of those two, I think. Nose, Roja Dove. Really? Really? Are we sure about that? I don't know. There's a ghost perfumer somewhere in there. Roja Dove. You can come out. You can come out of the closet now with your ghost perfumer. I'd like to see who made all your getaway fragrances that you were inspired by. What a hard brief. Hey, buddy, can you make Heritage? Like, easy. Now let's take a look at pricing. This one retails for $300 USD. That can't be right. For 50 mils? It is on the Roja Dove site, so I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if that was USD or something else. I might have been a little off when I wrote that down, because that seems a little light on the cash. You can find on discounters if you search around for, give or take, 300 USD for 30 mils. Okay, that math don't make no sense. Okay, and I don't think Roja Dove carries the 30 mils. These are called what? Voyage Parfums, which travel atomizers. So now they're 50 mils. I think the Roja Dove, the brand, likes to mix, match, discontinue, rebottle, rename, reclassify their fragrances all the time. So I'm not a huge Roja Dove guy. Like, I ignore, like, when they have a new fragrance out, It's kind of hard to ignore them because they send out like hundreds of free bottles to everybody. So the whole social media realm, like it's hard not to know that there's a new Roja Dove out. But other than that, I'm not checking. I don't know. I don't know what the brand's all about, honestly. What I like was like in the past, back in the day. So let's delve into this one. It's just like this little guy right here. You got the bejeweled cap, as usual, tacky as F. These little bejeweled caps, don't like them at all. Zero. That is not class. That is tacky. I'm being honest. Dark juice, is it darker than the Musk Oud? Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Man, that makes my amber oud look really, really light, and I thought that was dark. Okay, so this is going to stain clothes, obviously. Good, I wore my black shirt today. Okay, let's put on strip, and let's see if we get another positive fragrance review for Roja Dove. No, there's no way that we can do 2 for 2 here. That's weird. Oh, that is. It's a good atomizer for a 30 mil. Just stained. Like it's brown, this thing. It's not even white anymore. Okay. Ooh, this is Rose Ford. A Rose Oud, Middle Eastern Rose Oud combo. Smells jammy. The oud is more of a dusty wood than anything, so don't think cheesy, funky stuff. Rose is definitely primary in this one. Oh, not hard to find that. There's saffron in here? Yeah, there is. Okay, it's in there. I was going to say, like, I smell saffron. Typical third wheel is coming in. Saffron's like saying hello, as usual, as its third wheel. So, early take right now is your typical rose, oud, saffron combo, well executed. I'll say it. It smells like quality. It's 300 USD. That's got to be a typo. I screwed that one up. That's on me. My fault. If it is 300 for 50 mils of this, not bad. But it's in an oversaturated genre, right? It's rose forward, so it's rose centric. Rose is your primary. Oud's in the background, very minor, dusty, woody kind of thing. So there's nothing crazy here as far as the oud goes. It's not, even though the name's oud, might as well call it rose. And saffron's your typical third wheel. Is the idea any different than anything? No. Have I smelt this type of quality before? Yeah. So it's nothing new to the game. Can it be a reference to rose, oud, saffron combo? Absolutely. Well, this is a really good reference that, especially for the rose genre, but it'll just like, if this was your introductory, which is a pretty pricey introduction to rose, oud, saffron combos, this is what I would tell you. This is a rose-centric one. The oud is definitely not, it's Middle Eastern, it's dusty, but it's not, you could find something much more authentic, we'll say, or a little more crazy as far as the oud. So there's a lot more potential for the oud to grow. The rose is a jammy one, which is pretty straightforward in these kind of things, but it's a good reference. Saffron's there as a third wheel. It's a perfect reference, actually, but it's a pricey one. But yeah, the oud has no bite. It's got no skank. It's got no animalics. The oud profile is very mild in this fragrance. For a scent named oud, I guess. But a traditional rose, slightly jammy. It's got a little bit of a citrusy kick as well. It's like geranium-like a little bit. Yeah. There's a slight ambre gris presence in here that I'm sensing now in my skin. That's quite early on, but things like rhubarb and stuff like that, you're not gonna find if there's no I don't find it. Others might, but again, it might be later in the fragrance. But I highly doubt it. Rhubarb note being dense and crazy in this release, I don't know. There's a little bit of a spicy facet now, and the nutmeg's coming out, and musks. So the rose and the saffron's doing the heavy lifting for this Middle Eastern theme. It's giving you the Middle Eastern theme, and Oud should be a part of that, but I think the saffron and the rose are doing the heavy lifting here, honestly. It's decent. It's okay. If it's $700 like these, like this one was 700, why is this one 3? I don't know why. That's weird. That might have been 100 mil. Anyway, so, and this one I think is discontinued and this one is not. So at the end of the day, at 300 overpriced, yeah. Even if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, it's higher. And if it's higher, it's still overpriced. Would I pay 200 for this? If I was collecting Roja Dove fragrances and I still don't have an Oud rose, and this is my favorite brand of all time, and I want a rose Oud, I could see someone gravitating towards this. That's where I'm at with it. As far as the Oud lineup, very impressed by the Oud lineup, honestly, all three. Amber Oud is the king, and that's why I bought a bottle of this, and there's a dent for a reason. That's my baby from Roja Dove, that's it. That and Creationy. This is getting decanted, but I was very impressed by Musk Oud, very impressed. And I would actually buy a partial of that or a little 35 ml like this for a good price, I would. This I would not, because I got a gazillion rose ouds that do exactly what this does. This doesn't do anything. Like there's a little ambre gris that's coming through now, classying it up a little bit. And there's things like it's complex a little bit. It's not just a rose oud saffron combo, but at the same time, that is your primary in this. So there's little things here and there. Yeah, so that would be the third wheel. And honestly, that one I could do without. Unless I want to finish the collection as a collector, right? Kind of go like, oh, I want to get all three kind of thing. Other than that, nah. And that's where, right, where I go with Roja Dove with the branding is, you know, you're asking premium price. You're, you know, is the quality there? It is. So the difference between this and a Parfum de Marly or Initio, this is night and day from Initio, Parfum de Marly. Why? Because there's quality here. I'll say it, there's quality. However, the idea is not unique, but it'd be a good reference point for somebody. So now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Good, bad, and the ugly, right? On Oud. I will always take recommendations to sample from this brand. I don't have too many videos on Roja Dove for good reason, but I don't mind talking about the brands, testing them out, trying out new things from the brand, and you never know, I might change my tune, right? But I'm always open, I always have an open mind. And this is a prime example of it. I'm just like, okay, that one's pretty decent. I like that one. I'll give Roja Dove their flowers when I can. But I'm looking forward to the comments below in regards to this. I don't think this is a highly popular one, but it was nice to reference it now for me personally. And as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your Roja Dove fragrance wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.